guys, it's the Football Den. Welcome back for another episode of some Liverpool slandering. Since a lot of you guys have enjoyed that the last time we put out a video, and we got overwhelming comments and likes on that video. Just wondering if we could repeat that, and Everton has made that possible for us. So I'm very excited for this episode where we're going to dig into Liverpool's demise. We're going to dig into Pep reaching for the stars yet again, and also what's happened to Uncle Mo. And I feel like this is such a recurring subject, but I don't want to take too much time into it and just go with Karan's opinions on the fans that have been slandering him on Instagram about Liverpool, and what are your thoughts on Everton giving you that more content to talk about?
Well, everyone's going to have different opinions about the games, and I'm all right with people not agreeing with me. That's what opinions are all about. But yeah, I'm gonna stick to my opinions, and I'll go as far as to say that Liverpool have been bad since the restart of the season, and I don't know if they can make it to the Champions League spot anymore.
Whoa, okay.
I want to add something. Can they make it to the Europa League spot this year?
Well.
Well, we're gonna find out. But based on their current form, Patahari, do you think they can actually make? Actually, you know what? It's not a joke anymore. Do you think they can make it to the Europa League spots, given the form of West Ham, Chelsea? Okay, a minor blip, and the other teams around that area.
No, I am not sure about Liverpool's future for this season because I think a major reason they were successful last season was they had a strong defense in Van Dijk, and that's why the attackers were able to push forward. And now they don't have any defenders, and now even Henderson is out, so they're going to have a real tough time at the back, being pressed a lot.
That's right. And the funny thing is, I didn't actually get to watch the entire game, but there was this one line I caught by the commentator where he said that Everton hasn't won in this century against Liverpool.
Yeah, well.
And right there and then, knowing how Liverpool has been performing and the way the season is going, I knew that this is going to be a special day for these guys, and 2-0 it was.
I mean, the second goal was dicey, I would say. It could have gone either way. The referee gave it as a penalty, and the VAR stood by him. But I think that if that penalty wasn't given by the on-field referee, that would have not counted as a penalty. But then again, that's VAR this season and in general for you, so that's not much to complain there.
But do you how much do you attribute this win to Everton's performance, and how much do you attribute it to the shambolic performance by Liverpool?
Like I said earlier, Liverpool have been creating the chances, but I don't know what's wrong with them. They haven't been able to take them. Mo Salah, again, not the best display by him. Sadio Mane, he was aight. He wasn't great. And Firmino being Firmino, he's not providing any goals or any goal threat. But I would say that Everton did well. They had a structure that they held, and they knew that if they defended deep and caught them out on the break, they had a fair chance to win this game, and they did their duty well.
So, Patty, do you think Ancelotti is taking this Everton side to the next level, which none of the managers have been able to do in the past?
I think it's tough to call at this juncture in the season because Everton will have a good run and then they'll again dip in form. So we got to see where they finish at the end of the season, and then we can get a call on that. And still, they haven't resolved that problem of if any of the first team gets injured, then they don't have backups. So if that happens towards the end of the season, then the next season won't be that great for them.
That's right. Okay, so I just want to still add one more point to this particular game. We've seen 72% possession to Liverpool this game, and they had, I don't know how many shots they had, how many shots on target, are we still going to keep going with this narrative where they're not performing because of their defense, guys? Seriously. So I just want people to open up on the comments and try to defend this shit. Try and tell me that this is only happening because of the loss of Van Dijk and your centre back pairings, because that shit ain't true. So let's have a fucking conversation, man. Let's have a fucking conversation. Let's get some guests next time, and let's
we want to hear y'all complain like Klopp does.
Let's dig deeper into this Liverpool issue, because we see a lot of people taking it to the heart. So let's have a conversation. But moving on from one manager in trouble, I wouldn't say Klopp is in too much trouble, but his fourth year is always generally shaky and shit. So maybe this time it's come a bit delayed, but it's come. I want to talk about Mourinho, man. I can't wrap my head around Mourinho's game and his Tottenham team. Like, towards the start of the season, we're talking about them as if they're title contenders and number one spot, and everyone is just jumping and happy and shit. And now you're back to this place where Mourinho is pretty much like how he was at United, where he's just like, the boys gave it all and we couldn't do anything more, and we didn't do this and we didn't do that. So where do you stand on Mourinho, Karan?
So from what I can see is Tottenham's game has been found out. Like Sankalp said in the video earlier that you mark 3 or 4 players in the Tottenham team and there's not much that they can do. They aren't going to be a threat to you. And that's exactly what's been happening in the last few games that Tottenham have been playing. And at this point, it looks like Mourinho, Uncle Mo, is just out of ideas because, and like a bit of bad luck because Bale had a few good chances yesterday. He had a couple of cracks at goal, which did not go in his favor. But I think, yeah, it's like a combination of bad luck and lack of ideas.
The football world is so weird, right? Because one half decent performance by Gareth Bale in one half of football, and I'm seeing videos all over the internet with pundits saying, "Is Gareth Bale back to his best? is he gonna lift Tottenham from the position?" And like, shut the fuck up, man! Come on, let the guy breathe. Let him first of all play more than 45 minutes of football, and then we can talk about it, right, Patare?
True. But I think we saw the Spurs decline even before Kane was injured. And that was around, around game week 13, 14, I think that began their decline.
Yeah, they did slow down. They did slow down, right?
They slowed down. And it wasn't due to difficult fixtures.
So so maybe you can conclude that ever since Uncle Mo schooled the PE teacher, he's been on the decline.
Oh, you're gonna be happy about that, aren't you?
For sure.
Yeah, but it's not only Tottenham that we want to talk about, because the opposition is in top 4, my friends. The guy who we snubbed off in 7 months, taking over from Sir Alex, is showing you what he's made of. And West Ham in contention for that Champions League spot. Oh my God. Did any of you guys think this is going to happen at any point?
No. After the way they finished last season, I thought that they'd finish mid-table somewhere around 10th and 12th at best. But 4th, nah, never, not even in my wildest dream. No.
But guys, do you all remember when I had said this many weeks ago that the top 4 will not include Liverpool, and that could be true now.
That could be true. I just don't remember you saying shit. I just don't remember you saying any of this.
No. I remember. But I still think it's 50-50, man. The minute Van Dijk is back, I feel that it'll just give them a boost.
So Van Dijk and Joe Gomez are out for the season.
Yeah, pretty much. But Van Dijk is back to training, like not training with the squad and shit, but like back to the gym and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but still.
I think they're expecting him towards the end of the season, if I'm not wrong. And if that does happen, that'll be like a boost for all the players in the team. and maybe
Hopefully
just
they'll manage to get into the top 10 by then.
oh my god, oh my god.
My God, big words, guys. We will give you Patare's Instagram handle, Twitter handle, and we can just go have a go at this guy, man. Right,
Yeesh.
but
No,
David
actually
Moyes.
do it on our page. We want interaction there.
Okay, good one, good one. But David Moyes showing some spirit with this West Ham side, and I think he has actually tactically outplayed most of the managers he's come across in the recent few games. Mourinho being the prime target, right? Because I happened to catch like the first half very well of this game, and it just seems like he was giving Mourinho a taste of his own medicine. And I think, Karan, when you say that these guys have found Mourinho out, this is what they're essentially doing, aren't they? They know that like the Spurs is only going to hit them on the counter, so they just wait to counter Spurs.
Yep. And that's what happened with Mourinho at United as well, right? If teams were attacking him, there were spaces in behind, and he could capitalize on them with the likes of Rashford, maybe Martial and Zlatan Zlatan and Romelu doing the hold-up plays, and Pogba pinging those long balls. But once teams started defending deep, there wasn't much that United could do with the likes of Ashley Young and Valencia. Oh my God, what a bad team that was.
But now that you mentioned this, I remember that Spurs were having a really interesting run at the beginning of the season because they were more attacking. They weren't relying on counter-attacks.
Well,
We saw them get on ahead and get the goals, and they didn't seem to reduce the tempo of the game.
but then again,
Typically what Flo does.
Sure. But then again, all the plays came from a couple of players, maybe three: Højbjerg, Son, and Kane. If you block Kane and Son, there isn't much of a threat to your goal, and that is pretty clear now.
Yeah, but then if you want to get on the front foot, then there's like it's very difficult to stop players like Son. He's not playing that kind of football either.
I mean, yeah, well, fair. I would go on to say that, blocking just two of them is more than enough to stop them from scoring goals, because they are the only two people who are capable of or actually scoring goals this season. Whereas you see City or even Leicester for that matter, they have a lot of players who can contribute to the goals. And that is one of the reasons that Tottenham haven't been able to score as many in the latter half of the season.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that the discussion about Spurs is going to fade away very soon when they are reaching those Europa League spots, and we are going to have some fresher teams to look out for, like Leicester, even Aston Villa. I'm having a lot of fun going on to talk about West Ham and Antonio, who we have a love-hate relationship because of FPL. But let's not focus on the losers right now, and let's go and talk about the one team which is inevitable, and that is Manchester City. What a run of form! What players! What a manager! What a fucking team, man! I mean, you almost wrote them off after last season, thinking that Pep's journey has come to an end. Like again, like how we say that a particular play style has been found out and they're down and stuff like that. But what a way to bounce back without your top striker, without your top defender. You're going in, you're dominating matches. And which better game to sum up their entire season than the game against Arsenal, where they felt like they're on the training pitch, man. Like the way they were stringing passes and controlling the play. I mean, it was almost boring to watch after a point because they've already won the game and they're just toying around. How did you see that game going before it started and like when it was going on, Karan?
Well, I actually expected City to score at least 3 goals against Arsenal, because Arsenal, they aren't that defensively sound, and the team is in shambles right now. The early goal, I saw it coming
How long
because
have you been saying that though? It's been like 6 years, 8 years, 12 years.
I would say 15, somewhere around 15 years now.
I mean,
So
Arsenal fans just wish that we'd call them fourth for once now.
I know, right? It's gotten so bad that now they're not even able to secure that fourth position that they loved so much. Uh, but yeah, I think everyone expected that early goal to come from City, and Sterling should have really scored a couple of goals more. Actually, Sterling being Sterling, there's not much to say. But City is in another dimension right now. They are playing. They look hungry. They look like they want to win the league. They look like आओ हमें हरा के दिखाओ types. So I
I think
think
the game changer for City was Ruben Diaz. Definitely, like getting him on and then his partnership with Stones flourishing. That was the game changer for them because we saw many weeks ago towards the beginning of the season they had kind of bad performances and then suddenly they just caught on pace.
But it's not only the defense, right? Because the attack has been popping off. You're seeing Gundogan, he's taking up responsibility in the absence of Kevin De Bruyne. You're seeing Sterling, how much of it he fucking misses, but he puts away a few of those after getting 100 chances in a game, and those are enough to say the fact that they're creating so many chances is bound to give them an edge, right, in every game because they know they can score from anywhere. The only thing they needed to fix was the defense, and they've gone ahead and done that. But where does this put Pep in the conversation of the greatest managers? What do you like? Where do you stand on this now with the great turnaround that he's had?
well, in the first half of the season, people were still kind of skeptical whether Pep can really pull it off or not because of the start they had. But Ruben Diaz really came in and solidified that. Uh, Current managers, he's definitely one of the best alongside Klopp and Zidane, I would say. Klopp, yes, he is still one of the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only reason, like, I would like to add this for Liverpool is that one of the reasons they haven't been doing well is because of the injuries to the centre backs, and then the injuries to the centre midfielders who were filling in at centre back. So, like earlier, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robbo had the license to go ahead, but they didn't have too much of a defensive duty because Fabinho and Henderson did a pretty good job holding that midfield, and Van Dijk and Gomez cleared up for them whenever they couldn't. But now Trent and Robbo have to track back, do the defensive duties.
Hold on. How did we go from discussing Pep being a great manager to fucking giving Liverpool some
We have a secret Liverpool supporter.
Yeah. I think the comments have gotten to Karan and he's reflecting on his choices now.
No,
but
not
fuck
really.
that. You tell me where. Okay, give me a number. Current managers. Where does Pep rank right now?
Number 2, I would say. Hansi Flick is number 1 for me.
Okay. Not a bad shout. Yeah. Where do you stand on this, Patare?
No, I agree with Karan.
So you're telling me that
I would disagree with him about Klopp being one of the best managers.
Oh, come on.
I've said time and again that Klopp's problem has been adaptability. People have figured out Liverpool's game, and they can't be that one-trick pony crossing in from fullbacks all the time. And also, he hasn't gotten good enough transfers. He hasn't gotten good enough transfers to back up his first team.
Well, I mean, Thiago was a decent buy, I would say, but
we see how that's going for Liverpool. Right?
that's true. Man actually tried to adapt and play through the center with Thiago, but clearly that's not working out either.
Yeah, so I really appreciated when he tried to do that with Jota.
Exactly.
Bad luck for him that Jota got injured, but then he just reverted back to his.
Yeah, well,
original
that's
thing.
fair.
For some reason, suddenly the show has become the Liverpool FC show again, and that's why we have a moderator right here trying to correct these motherfuckers, bringing them back to the subject.
See, this happens when we don't talk about United.
No, so when you guys mentioned that Hansi Flick for you is the best manager right now, do you think this current Man City team can beat Hansi Flick's Bayern Munich if they meet in Champions League?
Or if both the teams are,
That
you know,
would be a
having
match to watch.
for sure.
That would be
Definitely.
a really interesting picture.
Yeah,
So
both
who
of
do you
them.
think is gonna win this battle if it ever comes up to? Because I personally believe that, dude, before the season, I was convinced that Fraudiola is a Fraudiola because he's not won a Champions League with this team, that team, whatever. But seeing the way City has responded to him, I mean, I have to reconsider. And I feel like this City team. Let's just wrap up the Premier League for now because we know where this is headed. But beyond this, I think this City team can go on to win their first fucking Champions League.
I don't see it happening, honestly. I mean, the minute you said Bayern Munich against Manchester City in the Champions League, I was like, okay, the discussion is over here. Bayern is winning.
So I think the
City.
first problem out there, Bayern have an amazing striker with City though.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, okay. But and how have City managed without a striker? Please tell me.
They have managed well in the Premier League. Can they manage well in the UCL?
fair.
Well, we hope to see that battle, and I just wanted to put this out there as a small precursor to our upcoming analysis of Champions League, my boys. Yes, that's right. We are also gonna expand into Champions League and have a go at the elites, and not just talk about the West Hams and although they're in top four right now. The West Hams. Actually, I should say we are not gonna talk about Liverpool and Spurs and shit like that anymore. So yeah, stay tuned for our Champions League analysis and leave a comment, leave a like. See you in the next one, guys.